Hello all you wonderful, beautiful little smedge heads. Today, I want to address one of the most common questions I get on my story videos. Smedge McKing, all you wonderful, beautiful people ask, why is it that in every one of your story videos, there's a big, fat, ugly, obnoxious woman? Now perhaps the answer is because I live in America, homeland of the big, fat, ugly, obnoxious woman who thinks she's a man but isn't a man, so she'll start talking some shit and I'll be the one to finish it. Or perhaps it's based on a personal bias that I have which dates all the way back to my childhood. I used to live in an exceptionally white neighborhood. It was the kind of neighborhood where you could leave your front door unlocked, or the keys in your car, or your cock and balls hanging out the front of your pants. Well, maybe that last one was just me. But when the other kids found out I was part Italian, they made fun of me and called me black. I'd be at a sleepover, and the kids would be like, okay, you guys, you want to get pizza or some cheeseburgers? We know Smedge McKing wants some fried chicken because he's the dirty stinking nigger. But what do the rest of you whose votes count for more than 3/5 of a person want? And I was okay with it because that shit was funny. But like all good things, it eventually had to come to an end due to the machinations of Jews. A bank bought out a couple of cow fields in my neighborhood and told everybody they were going to build old folks' homes. And after months of construction, it was finally open and ready for people to move in. And we watched the boxcars come in with the people moving in. And despite what them Jews said, it wasn't a retirement community. It was Section 8 housing for minorities. And suddenly, I was back to being white. I remember the first time I saw a black woman, I was sitting there with my friends David and retarded Ricky. And David goes, why's that woman's butt so big? And little retarded Ricky, he was like Forrest Gump, if nothing good ever happened to Forrest Gump. And he says, yeah, she's gotta poop real bad. And we looked at him like he was retarded, which was fitting because he was retarded. And he continued, her butt's big because it's full of poo-poo, and she's got so much poop in her it's turning to brown. Someone needs to tell her to stop holding in a doo-doo and just go poop in the toilet. And I look at my friend David, and he looks at me, and we go, yes, Ricky, that's right. You need to walk up to that woman and let her know that she can go to the bathroom and stop holding it in. So little Ricky waddles on over. I couldn't hear what was being said, but I could hear the slap that went upside of his face, knocking the last functioning brain cell out of his water-filled head. So summer came and went, and when the school year started up, I got to see my first black children. I had never seen a black child before. I always assumed they hatched from their eggs as adults. I had a black boy in my homeroom, and we got along, we were buddies. Okay. I had a black girl in my next class. She was pretty. We got along. It was great. I'm in third period when the teacher starts asking, hey, has anyone seen Latoya? And me being the little asshole I am, I said, what kind of name is Toyota? And we all had a good little laugh, and I thought that was the end of it. Well, as it turns out, fourth period comes around, and one of my friends comes up to me and says, hey, Smedge McKing, Latoya's here, and she wants to beat you up. I said, Latoya? He goes, the one you call Toyota. And he points out the doorway and says, there she is, she wants to fight you. I said, I don't see anybody there. And I look closer and I say to my friend, is she hiding behind that big overstuffed garbage bag? And he said, man, she is the big overstuffed garbage bag. And I look closer and I notice the top of the garbage bag is jiggling side to side. And I go, oh my God, that's no moon. She resembled one of those Easter Island heads sliding off the back of a very large hill. And with a sophisticated jiggle of the neck and a snippety snap snip of the fingers, she called me out of the room. And I go out in the hallway and I immediately realize my mistake. This bitch was so fat that her finger pads looked like individual hot dogs. The sagging balls of fat under her eyes, where her cheekbones should have been, were large enough to be cut off and used as beanbag chairs. And I wondered, was the reason that all those African women had empty plates in their lips because this fat bitch came through and ate all the food off of them. And she grabbed me by the shoulder and she goes, you little white motherfucker, you called me a Toyota just because I'm soul food sized? I'm gonna beat your ass, you little white devil. And I tried to jerk away, but no. She might have had a rubber belly, but she had an iron grip. And she leans in and whispers, that is unless you make it up to me. And I'm thinking, what? She goes, now that I'm getting closer, you're looking kind of cute. Now at that point, my balls had not yet dropped, and I didn't even know what my balls were for, but my balls were smarter than the rest of me because they started floating up into my stomach like, nope, nope, nope. And I got a reverse boner. My dick turned inside out and went up inside of my abdomen was like, no, no, oh no, 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 no. And no. She says, I like you little white boys. You got soft hands, clean clothes, and every single one of you's got better hair than me. And as she's speaking, her hot breath is hitting my face, and it smelled like the dumpster that would be between a Chinese food restaurant and an abortion clinic. So my 10 years of life were flashing before my eyes. I see myself pooping in diapers, eating boogers, chasing bugs and eating them too. And then I realized, oh, I was seeing little Ricky's life. That was just how he spent his morning. Oops, how'd that happen? And just as this pile of wet laundry with a face was about to engulf my entire being with her gigantic brown lips, which resembled leather couch cushions dolloped in gravy, I was saved by the power of retarded Ricky. He peeks out of the special ed classroom, drops his blankie on the ground, and says, oh my God, she's gonna poop so bad she's gonna blow up! And Latoya looks at him, and he looks at her, and it was love at first sight. She runs over and grabs him, and runs her hand through his bowl cut, and jams her tongue down his throat, and he grabs her buttock cheeks, and his retarded boner pops out backwards behind his leg, and that's when I realized that racism is wrong, and so should you. Go out there, find yourself a hideous, morbidly obese black woman, shouldn't be too hard, that describes most of them. Grab her by the buttock cheeks, tell her she's beautiful, tell her you love her. Bust a nut all up on her face, and then get the fuck out of there, because you definitely do not want to stick around.